Hey fellas, we're back, and we're gonna try to continue our run here. So currently we're at rank 6 and level 60 warrior. I'm using the armor up version of the control warrior deck, and I'm gonna proceed with my run. We did a video yesterday, and hopefully today we get a few more runs and see if what level or rank we are gonna end up with. My main aim is to reach legendary rank, so I haven't done it yet, but hopefully we can do it along with the golden warrior status. Right, let's play some games. So right now, as I was recording all my games, it appears Control Druid ramp in particular is our tough matchup, followed by the Shaman also. And I had a loss with a Miracle Rogue yesterday, but it's more of a misplay on my end. So let's see what's gonna happen now. Let's see what we are up against. Okay, it looks like we're gonna go up against a Miracle Rogue
Watch
this time.
your back.
Victory or death!
Okay, I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna keep Harrison Jones this time around. For the purposes of for the purposes of since if we end up facing a control or a miracle rogue, then it's gonna be a passive early turns, and I don't mind just keeping Harrison around for this time. We can target a the 3-4 weapon from our opponent. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna keep the execute still, just in case we encounter a tempo rogue instead. Okay, let's see here. So he doesn't have a first turn play, which might indicate that he is using Miracle Rogue. So we're just gonna end our turn as well. I'm gonna save the coin just in case some early weapon comes in. So this is not an indication that it's a tempo rogue. We're against a tempo robot. It's because most of Miracle Rogues I see also run a loot hoarder, so no need to panic. We're just gonna uh, get some value out of our Cruel Taskmaster here. So the approach on the against Miracle Rogue is that normally you have two approaches. You can either go and apply pressure, and the other one is to build up as much armor as you can in order to prevent a late game or put a pad against a late game Leroy and all those things. So for this case, I'm not gonna use the shield block just as yet. Let's just go use our armor because our shield block, in case we need it, we're just gonna end up trading it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So far, 6 cards as against 6 cards of us as well. So nobody has really played much spells. Now we can do a shield block here, or bring out our Azure Drake. But given the situation, I think we can just use the coin now and bring out an early Azure Drake. Uh, it is quite okay because it's gonna be replaced by itself. So let's just do that.
Job's done.
Okay, replace another Azure Drake. That way we can bait out the Eviscerate from our opponent and set up Harrison Jones. So let's see if he has a play here. Okay. Looks like he's gonna go for the... Alright, that's fine. So given that we drew our second shield slam, I think it's time we use our shield block. So given the case, let's do a shield block here. And interesting, we can use one of our shield slam. So let's see. I'm trying to put down minions in order to apply a little bit of pressure and make our opponent use the spell cards because we don't want a lot of that being kept actually. So let's play our second Azure deck. Actually, why don't we just armor up this turn? Or yeah, let's just try to use this. Okay, we took Islam 368 368 368. Okay, pretty even. Okay, this could be an eviscerate. Yep, just right. So let's see here. I'm not entirely sure if the rogue opponent is running a 3-4 that 3-4 weapon, but I was hoping if the opponent could also just poison. We can make use or
I wonder.
get that poison first out. But for this case, we're just gonna armor up again, and our opponent will be having 3-6-8 cards against our 3-6-8 cards. Okay, we're technically a little ahead because we have Firewire Axe, half of the Firewire Axe at least. Okay, so we can set up a turn later on with our Alexstrasza followed by a Groma Shell Scream. So I'm gonna attack here, right, and bring out the Gore Howl to assist on the finishing runs later on. The only problem in this situation is that if the opponent starts to use the gadgets and auctioneer, then that might smell a problem. But good thing things are a little quiet right now. Hey, Baron Geddon, we're gonna bring our opponent down 15 and take care of the Alexstrasza. Do we want to do this? Yes, we don't do this. So we are expecting to see SAP right now. And we're gonna try to finish with our Gromash Hellscream later. Right, let's see if we see a Leroy play here. Okay, SAP. 3-6-8 cards. This is our 9th card. 3-6-8. Okay, hopefully we stay alive. Okay. Alright, so it opened up the opportunity here where we can finish our opponent. So that's the strategy there. As long as you get your Alexstrasza and Gromash Hellscream in play, then you're pretty much suited to win against Miracle Rogues
What
because it takes
now?
time, especially if they don't have early between turn 6 to 7 or 8. If they don't have Gadgets and Auctioneer, they might just fall behind. So what we're gonna do here is just finish the game. I'm gonna attack with this one and finish up with Grom Hellskim. Okay, looks like it was a good game so far. Pretty boring, but it took a while to set up. So An advice against Miracle Rogues. Again, we are gonna revisit. There are two types of approaches. Normally, if you're using Control Warrior, you can stack up on armor. The first approach is to stack up on armor, a lot of armor, and with your shield blocks, and use Shield Slam to destroy any opponent, or use your Fiery War Axe to kill the early minions. And then once you have enough armor, then it will be very difficult for your opponent to finish you off with the Leroy or the other finishing tactics there. The problem with that is that you're gonna have to wait for your Alexstrasza and set it up with an Alexstrasza and followed by a Groma Shell Scream plus Enabler on the next turn to finish off the opponent. The other one, which is my preferred approach, is to put some early pressures like yeah, like the our mid range or our mid game creatures like Chillwind Yetis and Assured Drakes to allow our opponent to keep on spending spell cards against us. So in that way, it minimizes the eviscerate for from being targeted towards us. And at the same time, we save the armor and force the opponent to spend cards because once that Gadget Sun Auctioneer comes in, the opponent will just throw on a lot of spells, and that will smell trouble and set the opponent up earlier than usual. So again, the finisher would either be an extrasa or an early pressure. Try to bring your opponent down to around 15 health range, and once it's there, you can always finish up with Grom Hellscream or your mid-range creatures. Okay, that's it for our first game today. Why don't we? Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna create another video for the next run. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next video.